So here on the G2 Company Secretarial team, we provide a nationwide service and work with clients and candidates all across the UK. So I think this market in particular can sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes be considered quite London-centric in some respects. But, we all know that's not the case. There are excellent opportunities in company secretarial and governance nationwide. So we thought that because we provide this nationwide service and we essentially spend our days collating information about the market, speaking to candidates, speaking to clients, mapping out what's going on really, we thought that it would be useful to share this with you. And so the way that I'm going to do this video is take a sample of recent registrations from a particular region and just have a look, take a closer look at what that can tell us about the market and what we can take from it really. So I'm going to start with Greater Manchester, as it really stands out as a hub for COSEC activity really. There's so much going on both in the city centre itself and also in the surrounding areas. Loads of great firms have bases up there. You've got the headquarters of some really large FTSE listed companies, as well as kind of regional housing associations, etc. So this leads to very high caliber candidates on the market as well. So yeah, we'll start there, and I've taken a sample of 20 candidates that I've registered recently and just put them in a kind of form that you can look at it, so it's anonymised. And let's take a look. So on screen now is a snapshot of some randomly selected company secretaries we've registered recently, all of whom are based in and around Manchester. And of course, as you can see, this is totally anonymous. So you'll see just in this small cross-section, there's already a real variety of candidates and experience, which simply reflects the diverse nature of the market up in Manchester, really. So, let's break this down a little bit further. So firstly, what is immediately evident is that we've got a real range of levels here. So for example, starting at the top there with, let's call them candidate X, a COSEC assistant with years of experience under their belt and just starting out their career really. And then as you work your way down the list, we start to see sort of increasingly experienced candidates getting all the way up to that kind of manager, head of department level at the bottom there. So you'll note that I've listed these in order of salary because, whether you're a candidate or a client, it's always useful to see what you can expect to be earning or paying, especially alongside those other columns for context. It's certainly something that we get asked a lot. It's unsurprising, of course, that generally speaking, salaries are increasing in correlation with the amount of experience. But it's interesting to also see the ICSA qualification status and the role that's playing in unlocking those kind of higher level jobs and salaries. Now, ICSA is a tricky one, and I'm very conscious not to generalise here, as there are some really excellent company secretaries out there in, very senior positions who aren't qualified, for a variety of reasons. And to some of our clients, although it's certainly desirable, it's not necessarily always essential. However, as you can see yourself from these examples in particular, the top half of salaries on this list are at least part qualified, majority fully qualified. And from our experience, I would say it seems to be something that's becoming increasingly sought after. So with that in mind, having that qualification under your belt, or at least showing a willingness to do it and sort of completing perhaps a few of the modules, you're giving yourself a competitive edge in the market. And, I think it will quite literally pay off in the long term. So moving on, another positive to take from this cross-section is, as well as a variety of levels, we're seeing movement in all key sectors. So this pie chart presents that same information we saw in the original table, yet in this kind of sector-focused format. I must note, we do understand that there are some companies that perhaps fall into more than one sector. We do understand there's kind of nuance there, but this is just a general guide, so just a little disclaimer there. Although this particular selection happens to show a kind of slight skew towards in-house limited, this certainly isn't at the expense of other sectors, with all 5 key areas being represented here. So you've got professional services, financial services, in-house limited, in-house PLC and not-for-profit. And this is also reflective of our wider database as well. And it goes some way to kind of show how multifaceted the market is here, really. It's, it's alive and it's moving and it's varied, from well-established law firms with market-leading teams to kind of local housing associations with very specific governance requirements, all the way to kind of FTSE-listed PLCs, like I mentioned earlier. You name it, Manchester has it. So hopefully this video has been useful in some way, whether it's simply kind of instilled some confidence in you that the market's moving and that people are looking for jobs, people are moving, whether it's kind of encouraged you to look into the ICSA perhaps, or whether it's even made you consider Manchester for your next hire or your next role even. I hope you've taken something positive from it. And if you would like to hear more about the Manchester COSEC market, whether you're looking for a new job in the area or whether you're looking to make a hire, then please do get in touch. We're happy to help wherever you're based. Contact details are in the description of the video. And yeah, look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for watching.